Hello everyone. Today I am in central Queensland, Emerald, about 700-800 kilometers north of Toowoomba, where I live. So here today I came to monitor these two crops and weeds in these crops. So this one is fennel, saunf in Hindi we call it, and the idea is to have this production for the Indian and Asian market. So that's fennel. But here what I wanted to show you, this fennel was planted at different times, but I wanted to show you main about weeds. Here we have got all different kind of weeds, and it's a winter crop, fennel, but you can see in this particular region winters are not really that cold, so you can see summer weeds also. So this is your fennel, and this weed is we call it African turnip weed, and you can see it's pod. We have done work on its biology, and this is called Cisimbrium thalungi, and you can see easily one plant can produce 10,000 of seeds. So you can easily see how vigorous is this plant. Second one is another brassica. This is called we call it turnip weed. So there are different African turnip weed, Cisimbrium thalungi, and this is turnip weed which is Rapistrum rugosum. So this also has got round pods, and this dormancy is due to that round pods. Then we have got here common saw thistle or annual saw thistle, Sonchus oleracea. This is very common asteraceae weed, and you can easily see when you break its stem, white egg, milk comes there. So that's common saw thistle. Then we have got some other weeds. These two weeds, turnip weed and African turnip weed, these are mainly winter weeds, and here now they are producing seeds. So it means they will mature in around 1 to 2 months time. And then this common saw thistle, as I mentioned earlier also, it used to be mainly a winter weed. Now you can see this one throughout the year. And then here it's very rare to see in Australia Parthenium, but this is one of the place where Parthenium actually spread, and this is Parthenium hystrophorus, and this Parthenium is mainly in this particular region, central Queensland. So also the requirement is there's a biosecurity concern. So when we move from this area and when we go to the south, we have to clean our car. That's a legal requirement, so that you don't really spread the seeds, otherwise you can be fined heavily. Okay. Then this one again I want to show, again saw thistle, but it's already matured, or it's dying. After that one is we call it flax leaf fleabane, and I think maybe in the US they call it horseweed, but this is Coniza bonariensis, and these seeds you can see, these are all these seeds are blowing away with wind. So it's really a problem. Again, this is highly resistant to glyphosate, and you can see that one throughout the year. This is bladdercatmia. Bladdercatmia, it's a summer weed, and trionum, there, hibiscus trionum, hard seeded species, mainly a summer weed, and it needs scarification. Seeds can last in the soil for more than 10-15 years. This one is really a different one, looks like a fireweed. We call it fireweed because it spread like fire, so that's a fireweed here. If we go again here, some of other weeds you can see easily from a distance, the Parthenium throughout, and this is a Susbania, which is this tall plant. It's already shattered its seeds. Susbania here is a weed. It can be used. It's a really good leguminous crop or plant, but it's a weed here. Again, it has got hard seeds and naturally tolerant to glyphosate. I can't say resistant because I think these ones are not really well controlled by glyphosate. If we go to the crop field again, and if I see any other weed, I will let you know. And this is again another plant of flaxleaf fleabane, Coniza bonariensis. So that's the small plants of fennel. These are small plants there. And this is another crop which we call it kalonji. Here also people call it kalonji. It's Nigella and Stiva. These were also planted at the same time. So again, the objective is to produce, we call them as a spice crops here, including sesame, which is not really a spice crop, but we have classified that as as spice crops. So here we are evaluating these crops in different environments and check their suitability to these environments, not only here in Queensland but also in Northern Territory and Western Australia. So that's fennel, and you can easily see lots of this African turnip weed here throughout this one. And in the crop there's not really any herbicide at the moment. They just chip and take out these weeds manually. And I feel there is a big research question here. What are those? Because in Australia you can't really just go and chip and hand pull. It's mainly because they are just evaluating the possibility of these crops. So, but to me, before we can develop these agronomic practices and see there, we have to have good weed control measures, and we need to really try different pre-emergence herbicides. And you can see these are all broadleaf crops, so post-emergence will be really very, very limited for broadleaf weeds. So again, that's fennel, but it was planted at different times, so there are different planting dates. So those were planted at the same time. You can see the back, that's fennel, that's kalonji, again fennel, second planting. And if we see, we go to, so this one, and then we are going to this kalonji, second planting date. So looking really nice, but see the weed issue, and this one definitely we need to really try different pre-emergence herbicides. So this is a second planting date, and it's August 8th, 9th of August. So I don't know how much we can delay this one, because we don't really want here, after September temperature increases very rapidly, and that can also affect their flowers. So that's there. If we go back in weeds, this is all African turnip weed, this brassica, what you see, this is all African turnip weed. And this again flaxleaf fleabane. There are other post-emergence herbicides also, there are other summer weeds also here, but this one, what you see, it's not really, it's a millet. It was planted actually here. They want to just create some cover crops. All right, I'll record again if I find something new.